Science fiction writer Jules Verne once quoted, "Science is made up of mistakes, but these mistakes it is useful to make because they lead little by little to the truth." But you know, we Asians, we don't like mistakes. We Cambodians, it's the same shit. As a blind Cambodian child, I was pampered, overprotected, and underestimated. But nevertheless, I was a curious child. But the Cambodia my parents left behind, curiosity carried a death sentence.
On April 17th, 1975, the 5-year civil war came to an end. The people of Cambodia were out on the streets cheering. They were overjoyed and hopeful because the war was over. It didn't matter who was victorious. All that mattered was the war was over. Their feelings of joy and hope were soon dashed when the victors, the Khmer Rouge, showed their true colors. What ensued would be 4 years of ultra-radical, murderous policies that killed about a quarter of the population by famine, disease, being overworked, and execution. The Khmer Rouge wanted a classless agrarian society. Everyone was to toil in the fields. Anyone whom they deemed impure to the ideology was eradicated, including scholars, engineers, and scientists.
I was born 4 years after the Khmer Rouge got deposed. 4 years after I was born, my family and I resettled to the US. After arriving to the US, I was given treatment to prevent further vision loss. The US education system wanted to show my parents their blind child could be as self-sufficient as all the other children. But my parents had their reservation. Learning such skills as cooking, that was out of the question. My mom said she would teach me to cook when I got older. Well, I'm older now, and I've learned to cook, but not from her. During 3rd grade was when I discovered my interest in science. I saw scientists as brilliant problem solvers and was impressed by how they described our natural world. During 7th grade, they had a tactile model of the human brain to help us comprehend the topic of the human brain. I couldn't believe it when they brought a real human brain. We got to touch it, we got to feel it, we even got to hold it. During primary school, I never thought about barriers to learning, accessibility, whatever. If there was a problem, I was presented with solutions. But those solutions came harder to come by as I advanced through the system into high school. Courses such as earth science were mainly videos, lectures, scribbling on whiteboards. At least the textbook was in Braille. That's as accessible as it got. I wanted to be a physicist, but I couldn't picture the prospect given how things were at the time. There were a couple of things old folks used to say to me. On one hand, they would say, "You're very fortunate to be in the US. You have so many opportunities." On the other hand, some old folks would ask, "Why don't you just stay home? Let people take care of you." The attitude of my family and some Cambodian folks in the US may have been backwards, but did you know, in Cambodia, if parents gave birth to a blind child, they would often wish their child would hurry up and die, so that the child could be reborn as sighted, so they can have a better life. When the Khmer Rouge took over Cambodia in 1975, they shut the country down and turned the country upside down. They destroyed and dismantled everything that made Khmer society function, from 2,000 years of Cambodian culture to the modern contemporary education system. As a result, Cambodia has had to rebuild many of its sectors from scratch. The World Economic Forum has ranked the quality of primary education system in Cambodia as low as 110 out of 140 countries. The blind are completely left out of the public education system. Only one organization offers education to Cambodia's blind, but they don't teach science. Conventionally, science has primarily been taught through our visual sense. But what if we could begin to think differently about science? Not to rely too much on the visual sense, but use an approach that would engage all of our senses. Wouldn't that help with grasping science topics? That's why I will start KDAP. In Khmer, KDAP means to grasp. By engaging all of our senses through a story-based, experiential, hands-on workshop, KDAP wants blind Cambodian children to get excited about STEM. It starts with setting the scene. The background story is given, along with tools to enable participants to work their way through the story. They then discuss amongst each other a plan to move forward with the information given so far. They then test their ideas before finally presenting their findings or proving their solutions. It's not just about exploring the world of science. It's also about gaining important skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, teamwork, and of course, mistakes are okay. Now, let me give you a taste of KDAP. Thank you, Ms. Watson. Folks, there has been a murder. But the killer didn't do a very good job of cleaning up. There's clues all over the crime scene. We got footprints. We got piece of clothing. My God, what's really going on? This footprint feels like the left footprint. We can measure it. So about 6, 7 inches. From this, we can calculate the killer is about approximately 5'3". Piece of clothing. Seemed like the killer got chased by the victim's dog. Did you know fabric burns different, feels different, smells different? This feels like cotton. Smells like cotton. Is it gonna burn like cotton? Would you look at that? Yep, it's cotton. The victim's cell phone. Here's a voice message. Let's listen.
Why are you not answering my call? Don't you know your cow is in my yard again? For the millionth time?
Wait, what'd you say? Rewind.
Hey, why are you not answering my call? Don't you know your cow is in my yard again? For the millionth time?
Oof. She didn't sound too happy, does she? Sound like a South Indian accent from the coast of Kerala. Folks, we have a profile. South Indian accent, coast of Kerala, likes fancy clothes, about size 6 shoes, 5'3". Anyone of you fit the description? I'm not a pedagogue. I'm not a scientist. But I am the same curious child as before. Through KDAP, I want blind Cambodian children to be able to boundlessly explore their curiosity. Thank you.